If you're watching this video, you know that my name is Alexandra Lutz and I'm a water person. When you hear water person, you may think of the beach and a surfboard. I like the beach, but I don't surf. I'm a water person in a different way. I work in the science of water. My introduction to science was in high school. During junior year, I took a science elective class called something like Super Science Squad. During the fall semester, we learned about the scientific method. What is a hypothesis? How do you test it? How do you interpret your results? In the spring semester, we set off on our own projects. Around that time, I was on a family ski trip. And I remember learning that an additive was being added to the water used in the snowmaking equipment to make the snow form at higher temperatures. I remember thinking, that's interesting. What happens to the additive after it melts out of the snow? That spring, my project was on how does the additive affect the Hydra? The Hydra is a microscopic water creature. I made a solution with the additive in it, gave it to the Hydras, and the good news is that the Hydras were fine. I didn't study science after high school. I studied economics and I skied. It was after a lot more skiing, about 10 years later, that I remembered the Hydras. With some amazing internships and really good guidance, I went back to school, to UNR, to study environmental engineering and hydrogeology. Since that time, I have been lucky to love what I do and work on amazing projects at home here in Nevada and all over the world. Most of my time has been spent in West Africa, most of it in Mali, where I lived for a year as a Fulbright scholar doing research. From places as far away as Uzbekistan to Nevada, the common thread has been water, and the questions have ranged. Is there enough water? Will there be enough for tomorrow? Is it safe to drink? We all seem to want the same thing, enough clean, safe water for the next generation. If you have water questions, this blog is for you. My original intention was to write about water, how it falls from the sky, flows in the river, and fills your glass at the tap. While I still write about those topics, I also started to write about underfunding for water infrastructure and underserved communities. The lack of access to safe water in the US is astonishingly high. I hope that raising awareness of water science and issues fosters the next generation of citizen scientists, teachers, policymakers, leaders, and scientists. Thanks for listening, and I hope you enjoyed my website.